Everyone, this is Wizard Hyung, and today I'll be talking about what this channel is all about. In this channel, I'll be talking about how to get better at video games in general, not just Overwatch specific or not just League of Legends specific, but I think there are some key fundamentals, key concepts that a lot of games have in common. And also, I'll be talking a lot about esports coaching, which I think is a topic that not many people really talk about. I get a lot of messages from aspiring coaches on, hey, I'm looking to get into esports coaching, but I don't really have any material to learn from. So can you give me some advice on it? So this is the channel if you want to learn that kind of thing. For those who don't know me, you might be thinking, okay, that's cool, but why should I listen to you? Who the fuck are you? For the rest of the video, I'll be explaining who am I and what I've been through. So basically my journey as esports coach and my journey in video gaming. Really the first game I was notably good at was League of Legends. It was about 10 years ago, and I was playing a lot of trolley unorthodox champions. Like I would play Mid-Jena or AP Soraka without a flash, with the Heal Ignite. Back then when nobody was playing Heimerdinger support, which back then it was pretty much like the equivalent of Yumi jungle, if that makes sense. Whenever I picked that hero, a lot of Korean players would ask how my mom is doing in a very insulting way, but I just kept playing. So I got to top 500 range in League of Legends multiple times, and I hit Challenger once with that. And then a few years later, Overwatch came out, and I started playing Overwatch, and I got to around top 30 peak, and I was around top 500 on multiple seasons. So at that point, I was looking to be a pro, whether it's a professional player or whether it's a coach. And back then, there was this Discord called DOW Discord, where a lot of the professional teams are posting their recruitment and stuff. So I saw one professional team looking for a player and one team looking for a professional coach. I was thinking, do I want to be a player or do I want to be a coach? I thought to myself, I wasn't really confident that I can be the best player in the world, but I was more confident in becoming the best coach in the world because I was never mechanically good. Even when I was challenger, when I did like a mid lane 1v1 with my friends who are around gold yellow, I would still go pretty much even, and they were like super surprised, like asking me like, how the fuck are you challenger? This doesn't make sense. And I tell them, well, I just understand the games better than you do. So I decided to apply for Splice as a professional esports coach, and I got the job right away. I went through some tests. I think there were like a couple of video analysis. So I started working as an esports coach, and I worked for a few other teams, then later joined LW, Korean esports team, which later became NYXL. So the first season of Overwatch League, my team NYXL was doing really well. We were the regular season #1, and we won few stage title championships. And that's when I was very much focused on in-game coaching, a lot of the strategy, and also I was very much obsessed with my data coaching, which I'll probably be talking about in my future video very soon. And the next year, I joined Washington Justice as their head coach. I fucked it up super hard. I think we're like the top, bottom 3 team in the Overwatch League. So I think we're 19 at one moment. I was very much unexperienced as a leader and head coach. I think, I just really fucked up. And that season is the season as a coach that I learned that, strategy matters a lot, but building the right team and having the right team culture matters a lot. So that's when I started digging into the management side of coaching, not the in-game side of the coaching. So I paid a very expensive cost for learning that knowledge as coach, but I still think that was a very valuable lesson that I needed to go through. We sort of did better towards the end, stage 4, although there was a huge meta change. That's when I really tried to implement a different culture in the team. I'm not sure how much of that was a factor or how much the meta change itself was a factor, but it kind of like worked out in the end. And the next year, I joined Seoul Dynasty, which is the Gen G's Overwatch League team. And this year, I feel like I was able to not only offer my strengths as a strategy coach, like in-game coach, but also when we're doing really bad, I think honestly there was a lot of like drama and a lot of team cultural issues rather than just like straight up in-game issues. I was really looking to fix that. At one point, the team had a 7-loss streak after really focusing on having the right team culture, really working on the managerial stuff, not just the in-game stuff. We slowly started playing better, and I think it played a very huge role in getting into the grand final. This team, Seoul Dynasty, at the time, never even made it to playoff, but that year, we made it to the grand final. And that was when I really see the power of, the team building and team culture. Also, I got to work with MMA, who was my fellow coach in Seoul Dynasty, and who was also a StarCraft 2 legend who won more than about 20 championships total. So he's basically like, I don't know, like Faker equivalent in StarCraft 2. And I got to hear a lot about how is the esports scene outside of Overwatch League, and how was the esports scene like 10, 20 years ago. So I learned a lot from him. Mad respect for the guy. And after that year, I took a 1-year break from professional coaching, and then I worked for this game academies in Korea, where a lot of the pro wannabes come to learn to become a professional player, that are usually around top 500 players or top 100, and sometimes they're like diamond players, but basically students who want to become a professional gamer, they come to those type of academy. And I worked there for like a couple months. During that break year, I did a YouTube content series called Wizard and the Chosen 10, where me and my fellow coach Sugar coach non-professional players for the 60 days and see how far they can go. I only made 2 videos, but half of them have significantly gotten better. I think, half of them basically went up 2 tiers. Like platinum players became like master tiers, and diamond players became like grandmaster, and top 500, top 200 as well. So there were like a lot of cool stuff. And this was the year where I got to take a little break from the professional coaching, and I got to learn a lot about what does it feel like to coach non-professional gamers. And the next year I go back to Seoul Dynasty, where I used to work, and I won one championship. And the next year, which is this year, I worked for Elena Rain as their assistant coach. And I don't know, it was my 7th year of doing the professional coaching. Beginning of the season, something didn't feel right. So basically, like within the 2 weeks going to Atlanta in person and started like really doing the work, felt a heavy burnout. And honestly, as my players and my head coach, I feel like my passion is just really gone, and I think I'm like super burnt out, and I don't think I'll be able to offer my 100% this season. I just kind of like feel that. It was kind of like a student who doesn't want to be in the class, but kind of like forced to be in the class. I've never felt that before, but for whatever reason, I just felt that this year. So I told them, and I will be retiring pretty soon. I pretty much did no in-game coaching for the Atlanta Rain. I just helped them, help the players settle in America, because most of the players are from Korea, and we didn't really have a translator. So I just helped them settle in the team and Atlanta well. I actually made a separate video on why I retired in my Korean YouTube channel. So if you know Korean language, and if you want to check it out, you can check it out. But yeah, that's about it. But losing the passion and burnout wasn't the only reason I retired. The other biggest reason is I really wanted to share my knowledge to the public, because I often think that I really have like amazing ideas and amazing work, and I have a very unique experience that I can share to the world, but I'm basically sharing my work to maybe 10 people at max, like my players and my fellow coaching staff, and that's it. So I thought it would be really cool to share these to the world, and yeah, here I am. So if you're interested in learning how to get better at video games in general and esports coaching, this is the place for you. This is the YouTube channel for you. Make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thank you.